Welcome to Ninja Monkey. I'm 5 minutes late. I do apologize. I hope that everyone is having a fantastic Sunday morning. Sorry, it's Monday morning, Sunday evening. Welcome to the Happy Gaijin Stroke Ninja Monkey stream. Just a quick reminder, you can please write question or at Ninja Monkey Guy to get my attention. I will be focusing on questions from you guys. And as always, there's some amazing people in the chat, which will also be able to give you some advice. Lots of people down there that I really, really actually trust. That's a word, trust. So yeah, hi everyone, and yeah, let's get started. Let me just put this to live chat because at the moment it's top chat, and it means that I miss some of your chats, and I don't want to miss anything really. And let me just make sure that your chats appear on screen, and they should. Oh, we start with a question. Why not? Carlos Rodriguez says, question, good evening, dearest Nathan. Thank you, dearest Carlos. I'm preparing my June trip to Hokkaido and Tohoku. Do you have any general advice for the region besides your itinerary in the video? Any insights on Hirosaki? Well, what I was going to say is one of the most important things about traveling to regions that are a little bit out of the Golden Triangle is to really, really plan your schedule, your your um your travel times, your train trips, and your public transport like buses very carefully. When you get to areas like Tohoku, especially areas that are a little bit more, quiet, sometimes these areas can catch you by surprise. You might go to expect very frequent trains or buses, and there are no frequent trains and buses, and you might just miss a train, and you might end up waiting a long time and wasting time. That would be my number one tip for anything that isn't really the Golden Triangle or isn't main, like Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto sort of area. Always double check the things like that. On the road, but listening in. Hey Bojo, thanks for being here. Tommy Tran is here also. Whoa Crab, good afternoon from Denver. Awesome. Golwanda, how are you doing? Good evening from Switzerland. Fantastic stuff. Awesome people here. Carl, hey all. Gazumi from Sugamo. The king of Sugamo indeed. Greeting, Japanaholics. Hey, thank you so much, Jim Ross, with a awesome gifted membership. Those of you who have been lucky enough to have been given a membership, well, you know that you, arigatou gozaimasu, you're very lucky. Very, very lucky there. Don't forget to make use of the membership by showing off those awesome those awesome emojis. And we have another one there, Frog Lady. Thank you so much, Frog Lady. Awesome. I've got a little goal today. Has it updated? Yes, we have 1 out of 10. I don't know, just putting a goal out there for those of you who might want to support and help. Thank you so much, Froggy. And Jesse, I'm looking to possibly add Kanazawa to a future trip. Any must-see spots or must-try foods? Absolutely. I think the Higashiyama district and the whole Samurai district, and also the whole the garden, the garden in that city is just one of my favorites, one of the most beautiful. Absolutely should not be missed. Those would be my tips. And then in terms of food, there is a check out. I've got two itineraries. One of them is like a normal, like sort of top things to see in Kanazawa. The Kanazawa tourism actually took me to all these places, and I agree they were amazing locations. But I do have like a go further, sort of like less visited spots in Kanazawa, and I think you should check that one out. I've got some awesome food tips on there. So, hey, thank you so much. Godzilla emoji, Kampai Nathan. Thank you so much. Get in there. 2 out of 10. And I've got my Coke Zero here. But let's get back to the answering questions and just hanging out talking Japan. How are we doing, everyone? I'm watching the Sunday night live streams. Have become quite a comforting habit for me. I'm glad, TM. Love Japan, love the tips, love the vibes. Yay! Best thing I could do for now before visiting in Japan. And when you finish, you can come back and you can tell us all the things that you got up to. Good evening, Japan. Hope you're doing well. Sorry I was a little bit late. Only one night. Hey, how are we doing? I think we're doing very well. Let's see. I was in Japan 2 weeks ago and miss it so much already. I get it. I get you. It's real. I have to wait till September. Well, before you know it, it'll be September. It's crazy. This year feels like it's like flying. It's a perfect time to book another trip. Indeed, it's always a perfect time to book another trip. How long do you guys go to Japan for normally? Me, Tommy, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. If it's summer, it's usually 5, 6, or 6.5 weeks. And if it's not summer, it's usually 1 week or so. 49 days, awesome. That's nearly there. Nearly there. That's nothing. 49 days. Wow. 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. Tom, Japan also. End of November, unless I win the lottery. I get you. Frog Lady, thanks for your support, as always. Tommy Tran, yep, I'm here. I'm alive. How are you today? I'm good. It's Sunday. It's Sunday vibes. I like the vibe of this stream. And the title of this stream was actually inspired by me inspiring someone. Somebody wrote, and I was alerted to. It was very nice. Somebody wrote something on like the top tip that anybody's ever given them for traveling to Japan. And somebody wrote, "Happy Gaijin," me, said, like, don't try to tackle Japan thinking that you can do it all, because you'll be back. You can't do it all, and you will most likely be back. So the title for this live stream is "Don't Plan It Like It's Your Only Trip," because it's true. The likelihood is, firstly, you can't do everything in Japan. It can be very stressful. It could be very anxiety driving, sort of trying to fit everything in your trip. I get you. I feel you. I might be a veteran of Japantravel, but I still feel the stress of planning and trying to get things done. I'll be back in Japan in the next 3 weeks or so, and I'm only going to be there for a week, and I'm feeling the stress of trying to fit so much in. And I know that I'll be back, so that sort of takes off the edge. And then my summer trip that I'm planning, I've had to sort of like decide on my itinerary finally, and I've got an itinerary. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer trip. The middle part is a little bit flexible, but yeah. Joan, how are you doing? Hey, hi Nathan. Hope you're doing well. Best wishes. Hey Joan, doing well indeed. If I win the lottery, I pay. Now I'm getting jealous now. Japan. Have you ever been to a baseball game in Japan? Yes, Orlando. If you check out my second channel, Happy Gaijin, by the way, I have a second channel before somebody tells me, don't forget about the second channel. I do have a second channel. It's called Happy Gaijin, and I have some, baseball vlogs on there. So please check it out. I think it's a really fun vlog. Is that your stealth headband? It's my itchy, not just because it says itchy, number one, but because yes, it's an itchy headband for some reason. I can't find my white one, and I have like 4 of them, so I don't know where I put them. I've obviously put them somewhere special. Konnichiwa, John. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on the messages, but I'm trying to get through as many as I can. Arigatou gozaimashita. Um, I hear geisha, a different name there, are easier to see visiting Kanazawa than in Kyoto. I've been to Kanazawa 3 times now, and I've never seen a geisha or a maiko or whatever in Kanazawa. To be honest, there is a small district, a small like geisha district in Kanazawa. I wouldn't be surprised if it's easier to have some kind of an experience with a geisha there compared to Kyoto. But I've never seen them in the street, to be honest, me personally. Dangol is in the house. How are you doing, Dangol? Hope you're doing well. Orlando, I have been. I have been indeed. When I arrive to Japan, I always feel like, what am I doing here? When I go home, I want to go there again. It's a very weird feeling. The whole arriving in Japan is very exciting, and then when you leave, depending on, I guess, your character, but try washing. Let's see. Try washing the headband. Did I say Godzilla emoji next already? I like the idea of a Godzilla emoji, to be honest. Also, but if we make it to the 10, which I'm not very sure if we'll make it to the 10, but if we make it to the 10, then I'll put it to a vote about Godzilla for the members. So if you're a member, always keep an eye on the community tab. Yeah, it's too itchy, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wash it. I think you're right. My white ones don't have that issue whatsoever. Kenroku Garden is amazing. It's so beautiful there. Who knows where the best drinks are in Tokyo? Raphael. You could get. Who knows? Dying Goal knows. Ebisu for beer, definitely. And then there's lots of fun to be had in Shinjuku. But heading to any little izakaya is always fun. Japan in small bits. What do you mean, Seirus? In small bites, like eating bites. Is that what you mean? Like eating? All right, having this issue again where my bum. Okay, let's see. Yeah, my chat every now and then just I think it's the like thing that I'm using for highlighting the text. Hello from Toronto. Hey Dean, how you doing? Dean from Toronto. Well, it's in your name, so 18 days. That's nothing. Yeah, and please remember to hit the like button. Nathan Taker channel. Please give it a look and subscribe. Thank you. 45 days until my next trip. That's nothing. Nothing. Went skydiving yesterday, really, because I was tired of waiting as exciting as my Japan trip in 3 weeks. I don't know if I would do that personally. Like, crazy. Arriving in Japan, yay! Leaving Japan, sad. Once you retire, will you be spending longer periods in Japan, up to 90 days? That's a very good question. And I really don't know what the answer is once I retire. I still got a little bit to go before I retire, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, everything is relative, and now I think, yeah, it would be so nice to spend a longer amount of time in Japan and slow things down, and maybe travel in different seasons. Um, but yeah, like I don't know, maybe, possibly. I don't know what's gonna happen from now to then. Avoid Golden Guy for drinks. It's become a mess and is packed with drunk foreigners now and cameras in your face constantly. Hub of over tourism now. It's Golden Gaijin, no? Or Gaijin Guy, or whatever it's called now. Are people in rural areas of Japan friendly? Yeah, I think mostly they are. I think that Japanese people are usually quite friendly. And I put out a question on the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, I did put out a question that nobody seemed to answer. Maybe people were scared to answer the question. And the question was something like, "Wait, what do you think of the phrase or the sentence? Just because a Japanese person is nice to you doesn't mean that they like you." Like, discuss. Just because a Japanese person is nice to you doesn't mean that they like you. Oof, 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 oof. That's a deep one there. I'd like to know what you think about that. Golden Guy smells. I called that about a year ago. Golden Gaijin is a new name. I began planning my upcoming trip this November. Good start. Adding Hanoi, Vietnam to this trip. Super stoked. I've been to Hanoi. Nice location. Very, very cool location. You can get all sorts of like things like they sew things for you. Shinjuku Central is good. Staying there right now. Awesome. Am I related to Dangle? Why? Because you're Simon Gould? Maybe. Nightbot, you gotta remind me, dude. I've forgotten about Nightbot. What the hell? Visit Nathan's twin. Haha. I get what you're saying, Nathan. I get what you're saying. I never assume anybody is actually nice just doing their job. Yeah, this is the thing. It's all very difficult. Hey! Thank you so much, dude. I'm gonna disagree with statement. The friends I traveled don't plan to visit. I think on the first trip one should plan only that what they must see. Some connect with Japan and will return. That's true. That's true. That's true. I'm just saying that don't go to Japan trying to fit everything in because there's so much to see. And it's just going to be very stressful to try to fit everything in. And the likelihood is a lot of people return to Japan eventually. Thank you for that. I think that deserves some arigatou gozaimasu. And also, do I have the... Where is my monkey? That's what you wanted me to do, right? But... Hey, just roaming around. Nice to have you here, man. It's like 3 or 4 streams in a row. Power, dude. Power, dude. Hey, Nathan. Yeah. It's an interesting statement. You know, I think that a lot of people are thrown off with the niceness of Japanese people. People who are Japanese, just because they're nice doesn't mean that they want to hang out with you. That's the thing, you know, like. Would $1,500 be enough spending money for 2 weeks in Tokyo for decent food and some souvenirs? Finn, $1,500 will be approximately over $100 a day, right? For spending money. So I would say that's probably a good amount of money. But like I said, it all depends on how you spend it. My big tip here is to eat well at lunch. There's lots of really good lunch offers. You can eat really, really well at lunch and save a lot of money eating well at lunch. If you prioritize your lunches and eating at lunchtime, like for your good meals, then you're going to do really, really well. Hey, yo, all booked for April 18 arrival to Tokyo. Zod TV, nice. I'll be arriving in April the 13th, 9 a.m. I'll be flying Zurich from Zurich, Swiss Air. Arrive at, what time do I arrive? 9 a.m. I'm a bit worried because that time's going to be busy at the airport. But hey. I am your father. And once again, thank you so much for the support. 40 days till my next trip. Planned the Nagoya section this weekend. Got plenty penciled in, including Ghibli Park. Did you book the Ghibli Park though? Have you got your Ghibli Park tickets? Because that's the hardest part, I think. I have my Tokyo banana at the ready here. By the way, it's defrosting. Planning to be Japan mid-October. Are the tickets for Universal Studios Japan, specifically Halloween Horror Nights, any easier or harder to get compared to other tickets? Buy as early as I can. I would suggest with Japan these days is if you know your dates, if you know when you're going to be in Japan, just get your tickets. And I've got a Klook link, which is, I'm just going to put it now. And you can use Klook to book your tickets. It's super easy, and it will help me out also. I did not mean that negatively in any other way, though. Don't worry, I got it. Polite, proper manners isn't the same as friendliness, but it's more difficult to get to being a friend if being a aloof, rude is the norm. That is true. Which of the colder months is the least visited for Japan? I wouldn't know exactly the least visited, but I'd say like February probably is quite a least visited month. February, before everyone's waiting for Sakura, which by the way should be happening next week. Hey, how are you doing, Artorias? Hope you're doing well. I found traveling with a friend. I missed out on doing so many things. Thus, my next trip in September will be solo. It's pros and cons of both, traveling with people, traveling on your own. My personal favorite is just having a combination or just having lots of friends in Tokyo or friends in Japan to hang out with. Traveling alone and, it's like the best of both worlds, really. It's true. Dango likes to horse around indeed. End of November is my favorite time in Japan. Was there in September and the heat and humidity was crazy. Not sure if 2024 was an off year for that time, but it was crazy hot. I found they are too polite to refuse to sit or chill with you. They tend to talk to me as I am quiet usually. Okay, okay. From New York City. Nice. Same when you travel with kids. Discord question sounds like New Yorkers are kind but not nice. Kind but not nice. Will help you fight a maga, but yell at you for standing on the wrong side of the escalator when we're trying to get to work. Hey Gazumi, what's your ideal traveling temperatures? 17 to 19? No sweat. I think I'm pretty much, I think, yeah, 16, 17 is nice. You can wear a t-shirt pretty much. 17 to 24 probably. It's nice. Hey, so you decided not to go for the business flight? You'll have to wait and see. 18 to 25? 17 is quite nice though. Apart from when you're walking in the shade. Hey, Blue Sky! Cliff Dog, how you doing? No work? Working? Finish work? I don't know what time it is, or I don't know what your schedule is. I'm always mixed up. Doenda! Hi, thanks so much for your videos. They helped me last year in first time traveling there. Are you returning? Are you going back to Japan? Is that something that's happening? Reghibli got it via Klook 5 a.m. Klook? Wait a minute. Klook doesn't sell Ghibli Park tickets. Be careful, dude. Seriously? Or have they started selling Ghibli Park tickets? 20% off as well as I bought 2 rail vouchers the day before. So they sent me a voucher. I was 11,000 in Lawson ticket queue. So Klook's the way to go. PS Prog. Double check. I mean, obviously things could have changed. But last time I checked, Klook only sells like a ticket, which is just like the entry ticket with something, but it doesn't include any of the other areas. So I'm just double check. Maybe things have changed. Maybe they've added new stuff. Klook sells Ghibli Park. Really? Now I'm gonna check it out. Cause this is pretty cool if this is the case. Oh my god, this is so cool, guys. The Osampo Day Pass Premium. That's the one that has all the areas, right? My god, this is fantastic stuff. Because it definitely makes it so much easier now. So there you know, there you go. I've learned something. I love this chat. I learned so much. Always learning. Last year they didn't have it in Klook. Damn it. 30th of April to the 15th of May. Nice. Jeff. My ideal traveling temperature is as cold as possible. I'm in Miyazi Bay right now in Assassin's Creed Shadows. I know there is some silly controversy, but it's because it's really shows Japan in its worst times historically. Yeah, that whole controversy in Assassin's Creed, the new one, is something that maybe I will want to chat with Alan about in a very soon to be released, hopefully future podcasts. But yeah. I was up at 3 a.m. yesterday trying to buy Japanese concert tickets, but they'd all sold out by the time they went to general release. Who were you trying to see, by the way? JJI? Damn it. 17 degrees, wear a shirt? Wow, you're from Gibraltar, even. I'm from Portugal, and 17 degrees is quite chilly. I need over 21 to wear a shirt. Really? No, 70 degrees is fine in the sun, but the moment that you go in the shade, yeah. 27, my schedule will change. Okay. Graveyard, like normal. Yes, it's changed. It's either Klook or Lawson. I got premium. That's pretty cool, man. I'm very happy to know that because that's just one more thing that I can remind people to use my Klook affiliate link to help me out. Because at the end of the day, you get basically the same. You're not paying any extra. Ooh, what am I doing? Moving myself around. I don't want to move. I want to move the Klook. There you go. So basically, that's the Klook affiliate link. You can just scan it. If you're gonna get any tickets, scan it, and you don't pay anything extra. But I get a little commission, and it actually helps the channel quite a bit. So, yeah. Ta-da! Or you could just go to my website. Also, that's another way of doing it. We have 38 likes, but 62 viewers. Come on, viewers. Hit the like. It's free. Literally, you don't have to pay a thing. Got it via Klook, 5 a.m. UK time, 20% off. I missed something. I am planning on going to Ochijuku in June. Did you do the train bus combo or did you take your own transportation there? I don't know if I've been there. I've been to too many places, dude. Yes, I'm returning. I'm actually thinking of moving there. Wow, any ideas of how to do job searching? Well, Don Ender, there's a on my Discord, Ninja Monkey Discord, there's a job sort of like moving to Japan channel, and there's a few people that might be able to help you. The Jcast, that's right, the Jcast. And you can link the Jcast, by the way. I have a business trip from April 25th to May the 2nd. Wow. So unfortunately, in the midst of Golden Week. Luckily, with everything booked. Nice. Any recommendations for retro game shops in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto? Well, yes. Well, obviously in Tokyo, if you go to Super Potato in Akihabara, the top floor, there's a retro arcade, which is pretty cool, and obviously the whole store is a retro store. Just probably not the cheapest of stores if you want to purchase secondhand goods. But yeah, who's this handsome person that's just appeared called the Jcast, and why have you crashed the party? Everyone, click on Jcast. We have a podcast. New episode should be recorded and up soon. Actually, we should do that like this week, really. When the Jcast gonna join? -10 to 25. Jim Ross is on another level. Totally. Nase, nice. Anyway, guys, just remember that no pressure and no stress about using my affiliate link. Promise. Like, I'm not gonna get upset if you don't use Sakura Mobile and stuff like that. Seriously, there are more important things in the world than that. But just reminding you that those little things do help the channel out. And I don't promise you, I don't advertise products that I'm not happy with. I've had loads of products, loads of opportunities to have different affiliate links for other things, and I've actually said no because I don't think that they're good enough, or they don't like they don't work for my audience. My friend Dante has done all the photo and adverts for it in Japan for Ubisoft. Wow. Even got gifted the samurai outfit that Yasuke wears. Really? Wow, that sounds awesome. Jose Cano, how are you doing? Jose from La Línea. Seriously, Jose. Estamos aquí en Laos, somos vecinos. La Línea is a town next to Gibraltar. Well, welcome, Jose, to Ninja Monkey livestream where we talk about Japan. Yeah, the temperatures in Tokyo currently looking like it's gonna be a hot sakura season. Which, on that note, it's interesting to note that sakura, the ninth forecast was released on the 21st, just a few days ago. What's the date now? Today's the 23rd, right? So just 2 days ago, the last forecast, the ninth forecast. Hey, what's happened here? Oh. Do, do, do. I'm here, everyone. I know that it's gone a bit weird, but I'm gonna just plug it in again now. DJI. The only reason I'm not using my Sony is because I ran out of battery and I didn't plug it in. There we go. We're back. We're back, everyone. Disaster averted. Wait a minute. Why are we so blurred? I'm not drunk, guys. What on earth is going on? No, stop it. Stop following me. Oh. Webcam. Oh, okay. What? It's gone blurry again? No. Right, we're okay. We're okay. I think we're okay. Let me just okay. Woof. If anyone is into Japanese rock, I can highly recommend going to a gig in one of my many live houses in Tokyo. I recommend Shinjuku Anti-Knock, a few minutes from Godzilla. Wow, sounds good. Nase, question, what are the worst things that has happened to you in Japan, and can we learn something from them? That's a good question. I think worst things that might have happened to me in Japan. I was left behind. I promise. I went to a gorge. I went on a little boat tour thing, like local tour thing, and they sang a beautiful song, and they said you need to be back by 6:44. It was like a most random time, 6:44 p.m. or whatever, or 5:42 p.m. And yeah, I was there like literally 10 seconds late, and the boat was departing without me. And it was the sort of place where you end up, I don't know, I literally don't know what I would have been, what I would have done. I would have had to swim back, I think. Um, so I started screaming, ah! And they came back for me. So there's definitely a lesson to be learned there, and that's to be punctual. Japanese people, they're very, very punctual, and they mean it. They ain't gonna wait around for you. That's one thing. Other things that have happened to me in Japan, mostly, I think I've had mostly very positive experiences. I wasn't allowed in a restaurant once for being a foreigner, even though the hotel actually booked the table for me, reserved for me. But yeah, that was interesting. Only happened once before in my whole 11 years of traveling around Japan, and countless trips. So doesn't happen very often. Um, Anything else? Oh yeah, I missed the last train. I've done that before. I missed the last train. Not very fun. Don't miss the last train. You know what, Gazumi? I'm not really a big train guy. Now I'm sort of becoming more of a interested in trains, but I'm not the biggest of people. But I have done Ochijuku and Aizo Wakamatsu in the Toku region. I have a video about it. I have done a video about it, Dylan. Check it out. Just search Ninja Monkey Aizo Wakamatsu, and you'll find a video. It was really beautiful, really beautiful place there. I highly recommend it. I think it's one of those places that you need to visit. It's worth the trip. Thanks for sharing the video. I already know some Japanese people because I import from Japan for my business. Will my learning be appreciated? 100%. People love it when you try to speak Japanese. Like, probably number one thing that you should do is learn some basic Japanese when you go to Japan. Seriously. Yeah, and Daingol, I don't know if he's still around, but he's a great asset to the Discord. Yeah, there's a Super Potato in Denden Town also. There's also a few arcades in that area, which are pretty cool. Click me, please. Click on the Jcast, everyone. Thanks, Mark G, for the info there. You wish you could use Sakura Mobile, but it doesn't work for your phone. Why not? Blue Sky? How do you normally go to Japan? You should do a Japan version of Johnny Cash's "I've Been Everywhere." Ooh, maybe. Yeah, Jose is practically my neighbor. You know, I can look out the window and probably look into his city. Black screen. 25 would be ideal for you. Hmm. This is when when we see he's actually is a ninja and will disappear. I can disappear at will. 100%. Ninja monkey mode. If I lean back now, it's okay. It's for some reason it went into blur mode. Can you tell me your personal opinion about traveling in the first half of June? Thank you so much for your videos. June is one of the few. What? Ninja, I'm back. Why is it going so weird? June is one of the few months of the year that I'm not traveled to in Japan. I usually travel like in January, in February, March, and April for Sakura. I don't never been to Japan in May, never been to Japan in June, but I've been to Japan in July, beginning start of July, all the way to pretty much the end of August. Haven't been in September. I've been end of October, beginning of November, and I've been at the end of December. So I cannot give you a personal opinion, but I don't see an issue, and I know a lot of people go to Japan in June. I've said this a million times. The best time to go to Japan is when you can go to Japan. Timone, good afternoon. I'm between going to Japan from early March to mid March, or going from mid March to early April. Dude, mid March to early April, 100%. Because if you go mid March to early April next year, then you'll get the majority of the sakura. In fact, I recommend people if they want to, if you are interested in sakura and cherry blossoms, then that's the perfect time to go. The end of March or mid March, going into the beginning of April, and you'll likely have a good sakura show. Jose, I'm planning my second trip for 2027 already. It's a bit far, but when do you think is a good time to look at flight tickets? 12 months before? I think 12 months before is definitely a time when you could start looking. I don't think it will be the time when you start actually booking unless you have air miles, then probably 12 months is the time to do it because a lot of these like loyalty seats become available 12 months before the tickets go on, before the flight sort of takes off, and you want to be among some of the first to get those loyalty seats. That's the only time. But I recommend set yourself a realistic goal of how much you're willing to spend on a ticket. I think it's just one of those things. You're gonna have to draw the line at some point and say, okay, I'm gonna get my ticket at this price, regardless. So set yourself a tracker. I know Expedia does a pretty good tracking. I know that Skyscanner also does tracking, and Google Flights also does tracking. I personally use Scanner. No, I use Expedia. Expedia. I remember your video about being late for the tour group boat. It did. I freaked out. I swear. Absolutely get a Suica card. If you can't get it on your phone, you need a physical one. It's just going to make your life so much easier, especially if you're going to be traveling around Tokyo, Osaka, or a major city with a subway where you can tap in and tap out. Come on, nobody wants to be like queuing up for individual like paper tickets and working out how far they need to go for every single trip. No way. Would you do a video of things to do if you miss the last train? That might be a good idea, actually. Things to do if you miss the last train. Although I'm not very sure how um how valuable it would be as a video. I wouldn't mind doing a live stream about it. I don't know. I don't know if the investment in the time of filming and editing it would actually be make it a popular video, because there's only really a very small amount of people that. It's an interesting idea. But nowadays, Ruse, I sort of think about like who's the audience that's going to be watching that video. Who if you put a video out there, there's got to be an audience for that video. So it's a weird one. Hey Jeff, thank you so much. Um, we're looking for more great four-star hotels like Hankyu, Respire, Osaka. Isn't it great? I haven't been to that hotel, but it sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. Four-star hotels. Well, then I recommend that you use one of the like something. I use Booking.com quite a lot now, to be honest. I think they have some really really good filters. Like choosing your your budget for the night, choosing your amenities. I usually make sure that I put that it's a hotel. I even choose some of the hotel like chains that I am happy with, like Appa, Sotetsu, Fresa Inn, Dormi Inn, etc., etc. There's quite a few. I could tick them in, and then I can put that I have a private bathroom, which is quite a big thing for me. Unless it's a ryokan style hotel, then I don't mind that much. Um, but I think that put in home in using the filters. I think that filters are your best friend for finding amazing deals on things that work for you. I put the Kominato and Isumi Railway's train journey through the Chiba countryside app on the Discord later. Okay. I don't think people make it a habit of missing the last train. That's exactly what I'm sort of trying to say. Like, I think the key, and I did miss the last train recently in one of my recent trips. I ended up doing karaoke. There's a karaoke thing, like a set fee that you can pay. I didn't know this. I've done a video on Shimokitazawa area. Jeff, I have actually. Check it out. Ota. If I book train tickets in advance, Suica would then only be for shopping, etc. Well, Suica, first of all, you cannot book like local train tickets in advance, like metro tickets and tickets within Tokyo. You wouldn't be able to. That would only be for Shinkansen long tickets. So you still need to use your Suica. It is good to travel October through September. October through September? What do you mean October through September? September through October? Koriki? Question. I have seen your videos for the north of Japan in the summer. Great help. Yay. I haven't seen much on mosquitoes in the summer and whether you can get repellent out there or is it best to bring it? Grant, mosquitoes in the summer is a real thing, regardless of whether you go in Japan, to be honest. I think that some people are just more like prone to mosquitoes than others. I am definitely prone to mosquitoes all around the world. And I usually just take my own mosquito repellent just because it saves me the trip to a pharmacy or saves me the trip from, to have to actually search for anything. But I have in the past bought mosquito repellent in Japan. Um, Once I made a mistake. Maybe this is another learning sort of moment for everyone. But I did actually make a mistake once of trying. This was years ago, 2016. I want to say, like nearly 10 years ago now. But I remember wanting to buy mosquito repellent, and I explained it to the lady back then. With no Google Translate, no nothing. I didn't even use pocket Wi-Fi. I didn't even have um Wi-Fi at that time, believe it or not. I used to have my maps offline, and I used to put everything in there in advance. Anyway, I explained to the lady, and she gave me like a cream, and so I started rubbing this cream all over my body, everywhere. Like as you do, because it's a mosquito repellent. And then I was thinking, oh my god, like this cream is making me feel so itchy and hot, and it's burning. Like when you have like a muscle sort of thing, deep heat sort of thing, which isn't the best thing in the summer in Japan. So by coincidence, true story, I met somebody in the lobby of the airport that I actually knew, which was really bizarre. They were in the lobby of the same hotel that I was staying in, and and he was half Japanese. So I was on the way down to ask the receptionist to read what it said. So I asked him, and he said, "No, man, what you've got there is the mosquito bite, sort of like what you put on a mosquito bite." But I had rubbed it all over my body. Anyway, long story. Yeah, check Google Maps. Is there a chance you'll do a YouTube live on this stream? 100%, 100% me. I don't know about Japan Ichiban, but I will be. eSIM or portable Wi-Fi? I think it depends on your needs. Nowadays, I'm using eSIM more and more and more. It just saves me from having to charge another device, to be honest. But I know that families and groups of friends that use pocket Wi-Fi because they could just share it amongst them, and it's a little bit cheaper that way. But yeah, there you go. Japan Ichiban says exactly what I've just said. Back to football. Bye. I'm guessing if you were after Sakura, then doing a Tokyo to Hokkaido and back trip would also increase your chances. Not in that time of the year though. I don't think like mid March to beginning of April. I think it would be the other way around. Tokyo to Osaka, Kyoto. Maybe. Can you bring creatine to Japan? You can buy creatine in Japan. Actually. So again, this is starting to annoy me. The camera. Webcam. Hello. Okay, we're back. Hey Jose, you like my videos and Oriental Pearls also? Awesome. Did you find me through Oriental Pearl, maybe, Jose? And you're from La Nina, no? You said? Wow. Yeah, if you're always going to be together, just get a pocket Wi-Fi. Why not? Look, talking about that video there is talking about using the filters to find the best hotel. Awesome. Sometimes I forget I put these videos together. I can highly recommend Apidia package my trip in May, costing 1,500 for 10 nights in hotel in Shinjuku plus flights from Manchester. Expedia maybe? Taxis. Would I get it at the airport or before arriving in Japan? If it's an eSIM, you get it before arriving in Japan. If it's a pocket Wi-Fi, I usually just get it sent to my hotel. I hate queuing up at the airport with all the other tourists, like trying to get their things and asking. Because usually, what happens when you're in the airport, you you go to get your pocket Wi-Fi, to pick up your pocket Wi-Fi, but it takes a really long time because people don't just go to pick up the pocket Wi-Fi. They go and they start asking all sorts of questions. Where's the monorail? How do you get to this? Is there a toilet around here? Is there a vending machine here? And where's the closest convenience? And it just takes ages. And I mean, I understand why, you know. Things to do if you miss the last boat. Cry. If you go to his website, there's a link. Thank you. Osaka Expo, YouTube topic title for the next 6 months. Yeah, I'm really thinking that I probably won't go. I'm going to be spending a few days in Osaka. So there might be a chance for me to go, but I haven't decided yet. I'm going to wait a little bit before I decide. How's my Tokyo bananas looking nice and defrosting? My Coke Zero is at the ready. Love hotels are cheaper than normal hotels. You don't have to have a partner, but great if you miss the last train. That is true. We just buy the repellent when we're there. You can buy a spray from drug stores. I think that because I come from, maybe it depends where you come from. I come from an area in the world where we do get quite a lot of mosquitoes, and you know I have mosquito repellent lying somewhere around the house at all times. I have mosquito plagues. You know, we are used to mosquitoes, so for us, we don't really need to go and purchase like mosquito repellent. We have it. We just pack it. You know. Just hanging out in a combini. Ooh, insect repellent wipes. Frog lady. That is sounds very cool, actually. I don't know why it's not appearing, but Do, 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 do. Um, would I be badly thought of if I wore shorts in Japan? Absolutely not. You're a tourist, dude. Tourist first. You know, dress for the occasion, I say. And that means that when you're a tourist, you dress like a tourist. And if you're going to go out for dinner, then you dress a little bit nicer because you're going to go out for dinner. What about using both eSIM and pocket Wi-Fi, or is that too much? Why would you want to? You don't need that. I don't think so. Japanese Japan. I think we're like connected. Like I say things and I read that you've said what I've said. I know, right? It's a magical gift that I have. Klook is good. Yeah, I use Klook quite a few times for tours. I'm considering using them again for my summer trip for some minor tours. Still thinking about it. Yeah, I was going on my camera today, Jim. You see, this is the camera that I've been using recently, but it was out of battery. This one here. Well, this is the one that I use for streaming, but it was out of battery. I don't know if it's got battery now. It's been charging for a little bit. Ooh, battery's back. But I'm not going to connect it now because it's just going to be a headache to connect, to be honest, right now. Is 4,000 euros enough for 25 days of Japan? Golden route, as well as visiting Okinawa and visit many small cities. With a 7-day JR Pass trip is planned for 2027. First of all, Devs HD, 4,000 euros for everything, like for flights, for hotels, for spending money, and Okinawa. And also, it's difficult to know because I don't know what the yen rate is going to be like in 2027. To be honest, so break it down exactly what you mean. Found you through a friend in Gibraltar. Really? Seriously? Wow. I was planning my trip in 2024 and your videos were really helpful. Awesome, Jose. A friend in Gibraltar. Do I know this friend in Gibraltar? C.E. Ruse, what are you talking about? Do you ever stay at the Hyatt properties? I have horror. Actually, that's another story. It's unfortunate that they're rating categories for a lot of my favorite hotels over in Japan. I have stayed in the wrong one by accident, but yeah, once before. I think there are bugs in general in Japan for sure. Just not the mosquito situation is summer mostly when it's hot and humid. Is what I would say. You don't need a partner to use a love hotel. If it's a good love hotel, you don't even have to like talk to anyone. It's via like touch key, touchpad, whatever. You can use them as a solo traveler. You can. The only thing is that I don't think it's worth it. A lot of people there's time limits, certain time limits, and also my understanding is that you could potentially be locked out. If you leave the hotel room, you cannot re-enter sometimes. Yeah, spring and autumn there won't be any mosquitoes. I think you could use them, but they would probably expect you to have a visitor. Go Wanda, take care, dude. The camera shouldn't be overheating. No, because it remains on. It actually remains on. Press a like if you haven't liked already. We have 56 likes, everyone. 5 out of 10 donations. Japan, I'm waiting for that video. What does the wrong Hyatt mean? I have Hyatt PTSD. Okay, so there's what are the two? The Park Hyatt and the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Park Hyatt and Hyatt Regency Hotel. So I was traveling from, I think it was from like Tohoku or whatever, and I asked the taxi driver to take me to the Hyatt Regency Hotel, you know? So I had a real lost in translation moment. I'd booked my hotel tickets. I'd got a really good deal, and I knew that I had got a really good deal. And I said to the taxi driver, "Take me to the Hyatt Regency Hotel." So the taxi driver dropped me off, and the bellboy opened the door, and I got out, and the bell person, boy, girl, whatever, they carried my luggage, and they said, "Follow me, Mr. Russell." Blah 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 blah. They asked my name. They took me to the elevator. They took me to the 51st, 52nd floor. The elevator doors opened. I saw the view, and I instantly knew that I was in the wrong hotel. I was like, sugar, this is not the Hyatt Regency Hotel. This is the Park Hyatt. By this point, I didn't know what to do. The bellboy was carrying my luggage in front of me. I wasn't even carrying my own luggage. And he led me to this private concierge check-in with this very beautiful lady who offered me champagne. And then, yeah, by this point I knew I was in the wrong hotel. I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. The lady sort of went, name please. Could you spell that for me? Do you have a passport? Anyway, that's my PTSD. PTSD from checking into the wrong hotel. You stayed in an internet cafe for like 8 hours. Ooh. Golden Week is gonna be busy. Nihonbashi, ooh. Kawaguchiko, nice. Love hotels are not a full night. It also depends on the quality. Could be dirty or smell like cigarette smoke. Only scenario I'd see a love hotel being useful is the normal use case or a midday nap. Jeff, Ninja-san, where are you staying this year? Well, actually, I'll be in Japan in the next 3 weeks, and I'm going to be Ueno-based for that time. But obviously, I'm going to be sticking to Tokyo and maybe doing a day or 2 day trips out of the city. I'm potentially thinking of going to Nagano because there will be Sakura in Nagano. So it might be worth the day trip up there. I know that I'm going to be missing Sakura. I already knew that when I had the dates for my trip. I already knew that it was going to be way late, so I didn't make any plans for Sakura. So that's fine. And then for summer, I've actually decided finally what I'm going to do with my second half of my trip. I'd been racking my brains what I could do with my second half of my trip. So the first 3 weeks I'm spending traveling, basically doing a little bit of, I've said this a few times in a few streams. First 3 weeks I'm going to be traveling sort of like some of the areas that I went to 10 years ago that I haven't been back to, places like Takayama and Kurashiki. I'm going to be then traveling to places like Nachi Falls, going back to Ise, Wakayama, staying a night in Koyasan. I'll be spending a few nights in Osaka and Kyoto. But Kyoto, I'm going to use as a chill out like place, and Osaka to do some of the day trips that I mentioned in my latest video. If you haven't checked it out, please click on the latest video to check out some day trips from Osaka. Then, at the moment, I have a few days to play around with, 4 or 5 days, and I have a choice. I can either go to Taiwan and then go to Tokyo for like a night or two, or go straight to Tokyo and spend a solid week in Tokyo. At the moment, I've got it down for just going straight to Tokyo, because I just think that after 3 weeks of travel, it might be a lot to fly to another country for a few days, but we'll see. But what I have done, the second part of my trip, because it's a 6-week trip, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I had to. I made myself a promise that I was going to, hey, again, it's still on, it's not overheating. Are we back? Yeah. What? That's weird. Okay. Weird. The quality's gone all weird now. Let me try to fix it. Webcam. Webcam's not working now. Why not? Weird. So the second half of my trip, I had been a little bit like try to figure out what I was gonna do, and I set myself a target of making a decision by this weekend, and I've actually committed because I've actually bought some flights. I'm gonna be spending about 10 days or 11 days in Hokkaido. Went to Hokkaido 2016, I think it was. Haven't been to Hokkaido since 2016. It's been a long time, and I've gonna be spending a few days in Sapporo, and I'm flying to Wakanai. So I'm gonna be flying to Wakanai, which is the most northern tip of Japan. Supposedly you can see Russia from it. And then I'm going to be traveling back down to Sapporo, where I'll base myself for a few days and do day trips from there. I don't really want to be doing too many hotels, like too much hotel hopping before I fly back to Tokyo for the end of my trip. So yeah, I've committed. I'm going to be spending the first 3 weeks sort of traveling, but I'm traveling quite a bit, but spending usually between 2 and 3 nights in each location, apart from a few places. And then I'm going to be spending either a solid week in Tokyo, or maybe I'll see how my financial situation is, and how I feel about the time, go to Taiwan. But most definitely I'll be spending 10 or 11 days in Hokkaido. Flights are booked. It's going to happen. Right, let's get some Tokyo Banana. Yeah, Timone, they tease me. They tease me big time. Ooh, good tip. Hola! Visited Tokyo last year, and your videos helped greatly. Yay! Thank you. Going back this year and visiting cities we couldn't last year. You see what I mean? People go back. It's the way it is. People go back. You should have seen me in that hotel. They checked ours when we got out of the taxi. I think it was because it was 2022 and the border was closed. And when I went to the accidental Park Hyatt, the borders were actually closed. So they weren't getting a lot of people, and the people that were going were business people. So probably they thought I was a smelly, stinky business person. Ooh. Um, Parking your car overnight. I think your best bet is to find a hotel with parking. Researching a paid parking also is quite easy. Yeah, I recently flew Iberia Airlines. Was it a good flight all round? We flew from Madrid and did a stop over in Hong Kong last year. Trip was too long and tiring. Jose, I'm going to be totally honest. Um, I didn't think that the Iberia flight was very good. I mean, the flight was good. It was an epic flight for me because it was like a 50-minute flight, 55-minute flight to Madrid from Malaga. Then it was like a 1 hour, 20-minute layover. I had plenty of time for the layover, and then it was like a 14-hour flight or whatever. But the seats were quite narrow, and I felt that the legroom was not to the standard of other airlines. I don't know. That's the way that I felt. I'd love to actually look up the statistics of that flight, the legroom of that flight compared to other ones, because it felt very tight. However, things that I loved about that flight, I thought the food was really good, and very unique because it had lots of Spanish influence, like Mediterranean dishes on there. Some like olives, some really nice salads with olives. The food was good, and the air stewardesses were so good, so lovely, so like you could tell that they were Spanish in a good way, like the Spanish Andalusia sort of people. I love the Osaka day trip video. Yay! You and half of my viewers haven't watched it, so back home. I listened all the way. What? Wow! Thank you. Hope you get some downtime in Isashime to enjoy the AMA driver's experience to some of some type. I've been to Ise, so I'm going for the special yokocho that there is there. 8-bit mode. Yeah, Hokkaido. I've decided. It's happening. I've bought tickets. I bought flights, and I've bought around trip 10 days or 11 days from Tokyo to Sapporo, and then 10 or 11 days later from Sapporo back to Tokyo. So it's gotta happen, right? Um, now it's now, and I've also bought the flight to Wakanai. It wasn't super expensive. I mean, wasn't cheap either. It was like $90, something like that for the flight to Wakanai, one way. So I'm thinking of getting a Hokkaido rail pass and starting it from Wakanai on my way back, because I'm gonna be traveling Wakanai to city in between Sapporo and Wakanai because it's too long for one train journey. Let's all stream in total darkness. Yeah, Hokkaido. Well, he hasn't told me anything, and my schedule is pretty tight. Although I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time in Tokyo. I spend like 3 or 4 nights in Tokyo at the beginning, possibly like a week in the middle, and then like 4 or 5 nights at the end. So it's quite a bit of Tokyo in there. I need to do it like that. I need Tokyo is my buffer. I don't know if that makes any sense, but Tokyo is my buffer. I just can't be travel, 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 new place, new place, new place, new place, new place. It's too much. I need to have a few days in Tokyo in the middle, in between, to make me, buffer down. Ooh, Tokyo Banana Rama, banana up. Hello from Sweden. Hey, how you doing, man with no life? Thanks for being here. Question: thoughts of visa-free 2-day stopovers as an add-on to the Japan trip? Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan. I've been to Korea. Um, I would say maximize your time in Japan. Well, it depends on how long your trip is, really, John Mitchell. If you have a short trip, then maximize your time in Japan. If you have time to play with, then why not? Hey, good night, good night. Cliff, good night. I went twice last in September for 2 weeks, then in December over Christmas for 12 days. I saw 20 live bands in Tokyo. What the heck, dude? Jeff! Wait a minute. You saw 28 live bands between the 12th? In 12 days? Wait a minute. I'm trying to get my head around this. Yeah, I think it might be like Jetstar style. Question: we are two newly retired school teachers. Hey! Congratulations, I'm a school teacher, by the way. Congratulations, man. From New York, planning 5 weeks for our first trip. Would you suggest February, March, April, or April, May? I would suggest, to be honest, March, April because of the Sakura. Middle of March, if you sort of start your trip in the middle of March, that will get you into the end of April. That would work quite well, to be honest. That will get you the Sakura. And you could you can have quite a bit of flexibility and follow the Sakura a little bit like what Japan Ichiban is doing. Somebody who's a viewer here, he is sort of following the Sakura this year. He's arriving in Tokyo, but because the Sakura sort of, by the time he gets to Tokyo, it will be the end of Sakura, but the Sakura will start blooming in the north of Japan, so he's sort of trying to follow the Sakura that way. But if you're not into Sakura, then it definitely be cheaper to go earlier. May can be a little bit tricky, especially with Golden Week. Golden Week is a public holiday. It could be very, 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 very busy. I just returned home about 24 hours ago from Tokyo, and you're here. Dave, for real, is feeling the homesickness of Japan. It was awesome to witness near blizzard conditions one morning and then 50-degree and beautiful the remainder of the day. Yeah, it can be like that, indeed. 61 likes, guys. Dave, for real. Awesome, Dave. Coke Zero, for real. That's what I mean. Mid-March to the end of April would work really well. I would recommend the last week of March to the beginning of May. I usually am there for my birthday, the 23rd of March. Wait a minute. Happy birthday! What? Wait a minute. Happy birthday, Frog Lady. What? I know it's technically not your birthday because you're in Australia, but it's still the 23rd here, right? That's I. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Froggy. It's still your birthday, so I'm technically not wrong. Happy birthday to you. Yay! What did you do? What did you get? What? Tell me everything. I need to know everything about your birthday now. I'm gonna have to start like writing down everyone's birthdays now. Well, happy birthday for yesterday, but it is technically if I go like this, it says, check it out. What does it say there? It says Sunday. Oh, it says Sunday the 23rd of March. It's still your birthday. It's still your birthday. Ah, okay, it was a festival. Okay, I get it, Jeff. Oyasume, Jose Cano. Oyasumi. How many cities would you include in 5 weeks? Good question. It depends on the city, really. Some cities have more to check out and do than others. If you have 5 weeks, I would say, like I said, it depends on the cities. My suggestion is to check out my 2 week itinerary. And I know it's a 2 week itinerary, but it's a very, very packed 2 week itinerary. You could probably get that 2 week itinerary, stretch it to make it a 3 week itinerary, and then tag on an extra, few things. That was yesterday. It's weird, eh? This whole time zone thing. Oh, my little Tanjobi Frog Lady. 2 days of birthdays for Froggy. Another day closer to retirement. Can I move around all the time zones and keep celebrating? Let's do it. Let's move all around all the different time zones. You can celebrate. You can do it. What's the time in Australia now, by the way? Oh, I'm still dreaming of my time in Okinawa. I don't want to like spoil my t-shirts, my Okinawa t-shirts. I don't wear them. I should have bought more. 5 weeks, 4 to 5 cities. I think that's too little cities, to be honest. You got 5 weeks, 1 week per city. Might be a little bit too much, personally. I think Tokyo can be a week for sure. Osaka maybe 3 days, Kyoto 3 or 4 days, or maybe Osaka 3 or 4 days, the same. Not quite the week. Oh yeah, I'm doing Hiroshima also on this trip. It's gonna be a cool trip. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it's gonna be nostalgic also because I'm gonna be going back to places that haven't been to in a very long time. Bojo, is it your birthday also? Wait a minute, Bojo, is it your birthday also? Good night, John. Good night. Thanks for being here. 7:30 a.m. Wow, I'll be up at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be up before that actually. Bojo, it's your birthday. Please, you need to tell me if it's your birthday or not, so I can sing happy birthday also. I don't wanna sing happy birthday. It's bad luck if it's not your birthday. Yeah, I would definitely spend maybe set yourself in, give yourself a good 3 or 4 days in Tokyo at the beginning. Do a Tokyo sandwich. 3 or 4 days in Tokyo at the beginning, and if because you have 5 weeks, maybe another 3 days of Tokyo at the end. with some day trips and that kind of thing. So Tokyo Sandwich Sando. I wanted to do the Nakasando trail. I know it's not called the Nakasando, it's called the, but I'm calling it the Nakasando. It's the anniversary of the date of my birth. Happy birthday, Bojo Pigeon. Happy birthday, Bojo Pigeon and Frog Lady. Happy birthday, Frog Pigeon, Frog Pigeon. Oh, it's the birthday day of the people with animal names. Frog, pigeon. Birthday twins are the best, huh? Tokyo Sando is the best. Yeah, but check out, and maybe somebody can Japan. Can you put the 2 week itinerary for I don't know how to say your name. KS Ways? Ksways? 2 week itinerary is quite an intensive itinerary. I think you could spread it out, spend a little bit more time in Takayama, for example, and add a few more days in Tokyo. Family Mart egg sandwich is the best in the world. It's going to be even better when they start baking their own bread. What was it about Tokyo Sam that made you feel nervous? He is the full American experience. That title was so incredible. Um, he doesn't make me feel nervous. I know the guy quite well now. I've hung out with him quite a few times. I think with Tokyo Sam, he's very unpredictable. You just don't know what he's gonna say. He says things for effect, you know. Frog pigeon. What have I done? I've created a monster. Frog pigeon monster. Question: do I have to reserve night buses, or can I just go to the bus and see if they have tickets? I would reserve night buses. Um, Places in night buses are usually more limited, so. Frog Lady, I'm gonna end very soon, so it's perfect timing. Once again, thanks so much for your support and happy birthday, following day birthday. Bojo Lady. Bojo Lady. That works. I think I prefer it actually. Tommy Tran, don't worry, dude. Tommy Tran, thank you so much for being here. Laters, Tommy. Laters. 65 likes. Do you think we can get it to 70? If we could get it to 70 likes, I will be quite a happy person. I could go to bed and actually have sweet dreams of likes, of 70 likes. Hit the like button. Hit it. And my avatar is a red panda just to make it more confusing. That's true. It's a red panda. Bojo Pigeon Panda. 66 likes. Oh, I don't think we're going to do it. Ye of little faith. Man, bear, pig. Pig. Bojo. Frog. Man, bear, pig. 67 likes. Maxi Bon, hey Nathan, did you do the Nakasendo Way Trail then? I'm planning on doing it when I go in October. I haven't done it yet. I think I've done one place. I haven't done it. It was nearly on my list of possibly. I'm frozen again. How long have I been frozen for? Back. But yeah, I was saying it's been on my list of places to go. Check my phone. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna show this. I'm not giving away any private information, am I? Frog pigeon. Happy birthday. With the sakura in the background. I love it. It's very Japanese. Now, can you do it in the style of Hokusai? Panda pigeon. Man bear pig. That was funny. That was hilarious, actually. That was so funny. Anyway, guys, I think it's time to call in a night. Ohayo gozaimasu from Okinawa. Joseph, awesome, dude. You're in Okinawa. I'm so jealous. I'm drinking. Well, I'm wearing the Orion Okinawan beer, my favorite Japanese beer T-shirt. So Nakasando can be done in 7-Eleven. Monkey, frog, pigeon. Oh my god! If we start combining everything, like, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah. Anyway, gonna call it a night here. It's been fun. Don't forget to check out my latest video, please. There's 46 of you, 50 of you watching. Give my latest video some love. Maybe somebody can post it for me so they can click on it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, I'll see you on Sunday, next Sunday, and check out my second channel where I do some other content. I might even stream there on Wednesday, depending on how my week goes. But maybe this week might be difficult because I might set that time apart to film the podcast with Japan. So something has to give. Take care. Thank you so much. And yeah, see you soon. Gonna watch the Shimo Kitazawa video. Awesome. Thanks for the stream. And till next time. Bye, everyone. Stay positive. Be a happy gaijin. Bye.